This is file number 251653. You're Monica Jean Roars,
Yes, sir.
and you also went by Monica Dean. Which do you prefer?
I prefer Dean because I'm not married anymore. So as soon as I go back, I'd rather go back to my maiden name.
But you haven't officially done that yet?
No, sir, I have not.
All right. Miss Roars or Miss Dean, you're charged with a strange case, arson. It's alleged that on or about August 15th, you burned some property that belonged to Clark Logic, some pallets. It's charged as over 200 but less than 1,000, which makes it punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $2,000. Prosecutor has agreed to reduce that to a charge of a plea to attempted RNO or arson. Over 200 to 1,000. That cuts it in half, makes it 6 months and or $1,000. Do you understand the charge?
I do, sir.
Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this?
No, sir.
Or promise you anything?
No, sir.
Do you understand that if you do plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury, and there will not be a trial? Do you understand that?
I do.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. Ms. Ives is here with you. You could also have an opportunity to hire an attorney of your own choice. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand yourself and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Just gonna find this.
I know. I was looking at someone actually right here. Well, I think we brought this up to do the plans for us. Okay, yeah, okay, got it. Trustee. Okay, no.
All right, were you down by the Clark Logic? They got a bunch of different facilities. This one was, they're just building a $15 million one in Kalamazoo. Down on 4th Street, cotton can plant. And did you attempt to set some?
I was walking the train tracks, but yeah, yep.
An attempt to set some pallets on fire?
I smoked a cigarette. I was like playing, you know what I'm saying? Like just burning them. I honestly didn't think it would take off. And I was actually sitting there crying about like just everything. I honestly didn't think it'd take off. And then when
But they caught fire?
Yes.
All right. Well, you had that other case.
Right.
Where you set some stuff on fire.
I set the leaves on fire in front. Yeah, Kenny.
So I'm
Kenny
worried
Kurtz's house.
about whether there's a fire starter thing going on here.
No, that wasn't intent. This one was not intentional at all by any means.
Well, anyway, they caught fire and lucky it didn't burn the whole place down. There's all kinds of flammable stuff back there.
Well, I actually wasn't even by the building. It took place on the train tracks that they actually don't even use anymore.
Where were you? Just wandering?
I was just walking, figuring out where I was going to stay for the night.
Have you got a place to stay now?
Yeah.
Where's that?
Well, I have two. I have my friend Scott's or I have my grandma's. I mean, it just, I was actually sitting there mad at myself because of the decisions that I made and the position I'm in. Everything just kind of all hit me. Like my daughter's back living at my mom's, the one that was given up for adoption years ago. Yes. That I've already lost years with. She's actually back in my life and living at my mom's now, but I can't go there because of another case. And so I was basically sitting there smoking a cigarette, debating on drinking. I chose not to drink because I'm.
Well, you had some watermelon liquor with you and a meth pipe, and you're just.
You're right, and I was just saying there what to do, but I didn't drink, and honestly, when he pulled up on me, I instantly handed him the pipe. He's like, I don't want that, so that's all I have. And when he gave me a PBT, I blew all zeros. So I actually chose not to drink. I did have that, but in the predicament I'm in, like if I don't have something to go to, like all the houses that I legitimately had to go to at that time, they're all drug users. So if I really don't have anything to contribute to that house, like, I mean, I have nowhere to stay. And that's exactly what I told him, and that's the truth.
I believe you. You burned a lot of bridges, no pun
Right.
intended. But
So
I'm worried about that earlier fire. I'm worried about this fire. With exactly what's going on with you. You owe $3,424 worth of unpaid fines and costs. A lot of them is just traffic,
Yeah,
but
I was working, I mean, honestly, I was working and it was hard working. I worked Dairy Queen. I've only worked I only worked 2 days and I got thrown in here, but the simple fact is I was actually trying, and it kind of sucks because who wants to go to work when, you know, you don't have a place to shower or you don't have this, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what? Like, I was actually sitting down. I smoked like 3 cigarettes, like debating, like I was like, do I just wait for a train? You know what I'm saying? Or something like, I mean, literally like it, like life had hit me right then and there. Like I didn't know what to do, but I honestly didn't, my intentions were not to burn anything. And I really didn't think that, I thought he was lying to me when he said, oh, you burned. No, I thought he was lying, but I guess not.
yeah, they caught fire.
Yeah, that wasn't my intention at all by any means.
Well, it's an attempt. So what happened? You threw a cigarette in there?
Yeah, I was just sitting there and like, cause they have wood pallets up by the building and they have a bunch of wood pallets by the train tracks that they don't use. And I was sitting at the train tracks where there's a 4th Street sign and the train, like there's a set of train tracks they don't use and they have all these pallets sitting up there. I was actually sitting on the pallets, just sitting there. It was about dusk and I was just like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm gonna have to work tomorrow. Like, if I don't, you know what I'm saying, do certain, right. I didn't want to go to work. I hadn't showered in days. You know what I'm saying? It's just, my life is kind of, and I'm not mad at anybody but myself. So like, I don't know if you want to call it an epiphany or something, but like just like hit home, like.
Well, I'd like to find a place for you to go. Because you just been on a downhill slide for several years, and there was another fire and there was this fire.
Yeah, I do know Lauren at the gym or whatever, it is December or not December, it's September. So 9 months. Keystone is willing, they said that they would take me back because it has been 9 months.
That's another place where you burned a bridge. You got kicked out of there.
Actually, I've redeemed my bridge there because I was just there over Christmas.
All right.
And they said, right, and it wasn't my fault, why, whatever, but they said I couldn't come back for 9 months. This time I didn't burn my bridge, like I redeemed myself. I was there over Christmas. I think it was the day after Christmas, right, the warming station shut down. So like Christy told me to come back in 9 months.
Judge Pattison is getting a pre-sentence investigation, I think is a real good idea.
Yeah, I have the paperwork right here. That's what I tried to show you earlier.
It's
scheduled for the 12th.
9/12. So you're set for sentencing on 9/12?
No,
No.
October 12th, Your Honor.
October 9th.
Oh,
Says
October
here-
9th.
It says here 9/12.
That is my pre-sentence investigation phone call,
okay.
yeah.
I'd like to see it myself. October 12th is a Sunday. That can't be right.
9/12.
It does say September 12th, 2025. probation officer will call, but she's in the county jail. I'm sure Mr. Huff will look it up and realize where she is if the court wants to see this.
Yeah, it's not set for sentencing. It's set for an appointment at 9/12. And I can't tell from looking at it what the sentence is set for.
We have it on October 9th at 11 a.m. on my calendar, Your
All right,
Honor.
let's
My,
check
yeah, my
that out.
paperwork
All
too,
right, October 9th.
because right here it says it. 10/9.
October 9th is a Thursday. At 11,
Yes, sir.
I set this for sentencing for October 9th. At 10:30. Review Judge Patterson's PSI. In fact, I'm just gonna make this part of the PSI in that case. It can get better. Started with 20 days of forced sobriety and no meth.
22, yeah. I have
You got it.
90, I have actually 92 days of no alcohol.
All right, well, I'm not so worried about the alcohol as much as I'm about the meth. All right, I'm gonna set it for the same morning as Judge Patterson. And just a little earlier, October 9th at 10:30, so Ron, you'd have to make 2 trips. Monica, I'm not gonna amend your bond. You're a danger to yourself. I wanna find a place for you to go. If I let you out right now, you're just gonna be wandering around the streets again.
I would actually go to my grandma's, but
No, you won't. That's part of where the fire was. The
my
other
grandma's
fire.
is on
Yeah.
West Street.
Yeah, wasn't that where the other fire was?
No, the other fire was on, Kipker.
Oh, I thought it was on the curb at West Street.
No, sir.
All right, you can go with a court officer. Bond remains at 5,000 cash or surety.
I thought it was 250.
No, it's $5,000 cash or
Oh.
surety.
Which is,
And you owe thousands of dollars worth of unpaid tickets. Maybe I can wipe some of those out with this case. At any rate, I'll see you on October 9th. Michelle, who else do you have back there?
Autumn Long and Lori Allen. I have Miss Allen, I have Miss Long, I have several guys in the back.
All right, Lori Allen is also Luke's, and I have a stipulation to adjourn on her case. So she can go back. And I haven't, I set Miss, the other lady on there on short notice. Do we know what the deal is with Luke?
And Skip's been here for all of his cases.
All of his
So we
cases?
don't know where those are at.
All right.
I talked to him, and he's not gonna be here.
They can, all the ladies can go back.
Long and Ellen both
Yes.
go back too. Yes, sir. So,
Well, phooey. I didn't know any of that. And I looked at the calendar and he was on it.
I just got back up. So,
And at the last minute, he adjourned all his cases. Two of them were in custody. All right, Rhonda, let's keep plugging away here.
All right.
Jonathan Collins.
He was a no-show, Your Honor. I've double-checked a few times. He has not appeared. I understand there might be some other warrant requests for him, but we have not been able to make contact with him, nor do we know where he is.
He has a open warrant in a retail fraud case. In 251647 SM. I'll do a bench warrant, $500 cash or surety, no 48-hour hold.
All right, let's talk about that. Judge Middleton's docket in this session brought us back to Monica Dean, also known as Monica Roars, facing an attempted arson plea that felt equal parts heartbreaking and concerning, was reduced from arson over $200 but less than $1,000 to attempted arson in the same range, capping the punishment at 6 months or a $1,000 fine. Dean admitted she was sitting on old train tracks, overwhelmed and crying about her life, when she flicked a cigarette onto some pallets. She insisted she didn't think the fire would catch, but it did. Middleton pressed her about a prior fire and worried aloud whether there was a Firestarter thing going on. She pushed back, saying it wasn't intentional, just another bad night in a long stretch of them. Her honesty was raw. She admitted to having a meth pipe, unpaid tickets totaling more than $3,400, and feeling like she'd burned a lot of bridges. Middleton's tone was firm but not cruel. He acknowledged her candor and her recent sobriety, 92 days without alcohol or meth, but reminded her of the seriousness. Clark Logic had flammable materials nearby, and this could have been far worse. He also reminded her of Keystone Rehab, which had kicked her out before, but might take her back. Dean said she'd redeemed herself there and was told she could return after 9 months, which had just passed. Middleton didn't lower her bond, keeping it at $5,000 cash or surety, saying she was still a danger to herself. He tied her case into Judge Patterson's upcoming pre-sentence investigation and aligned her sentencing date with it, October 9th at 10:30 a.m. His message was clear: structure and supervision are needed, not released to wander. The courtroom atmosphere was a mix of weary patience and compassion. Middleton openly said he wanted to find her a place to go, but couldn't ignore her history. His wordplay, "You've burned a lot of bridges, no pun intended," lightened the moment briefly, but the seriousness returned as he balanced her struggles with public safety. Other defendants came and went with quick adjournments, but Dean's case dominated the session, reflecting both the weight of her personal crisis and the court's limits in addressing it. Time to break this one down. Judge Middleton handled Monica Dean's case with a blend of firmness and empathy, recognizing her honesty and sobriety progress while insisting that bond and structure remain in place. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read everyone,